Good morning. Honorable Ministers, Ms. Akila Viraj Karsa, Minister of Education, Honorable Minister Fauzi, my Deputy Minister Marsha Nanak Kara, Mr. Eric Fall, Dr. Indris Banerjee, officials from UNESCO, secretaries, government officials, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great honor and pleasure, and after my Prime Minister spoke, it is very difficult to keep up with the pace, but I would try to make the best I could do. Since 2016, UNESCO marks 28 September as the International Day of Universal Access to Information. Following the adoption of the resolution declaring 28 September of every year as International Day of Universal Access for Information, Iduai has particular relevance with the new 2030 Global Development Agenda, and in particular with the Sustainable Development Goal target, which calls for ensuring public access to information and protection on fundamental freedoms. In the time Sri Lanka is accelerating in adoption and digital roadmap towards creating a knowledge-based society, it is a great honor and privilege for Sri Lanka to host a celebration of International Day of Universal Access to Information, recognized by the United Nations of Education, scientific and cultural organizations. My ministry, together with the Ministry of Education, UNESCO Secretariat, and the local international partners, made UNESCO flagship event a reality today. The theme adopted for the two-day event, the Asian Digital Revolution, transforming the digital divide into the dividend through universal access, is highly appropriate when considering our region's rapid advancement into digitalization over the several years. The exponential developments in the digital technologies related to applications have revolutionized the way we think, speak, act, and transact. Investments on digitalization help closing various types of gaps between and among individuals, social groups, and geographical blocks. It's indeed commonly admitted that norms, disciplines, policies, regulations, as well as laws are required at various levels and contexts to optimize the benefits of digitalization. The policy and the strategy role of my ministry, the Ministry of Telecommunication, Digital Infrastructure and Foreign Employment, is a multi-phase and facilitating these requirements. Stepping into a middle-income status country, Sri Lanka is faced with many internal and external challenges. However, we could overcome many of them by prudent policies and strategies that led towards creating a knowledge-based society. Whereas the economy is concerned, digitalization of elements of economy led to build a new innovative partnerships between and among market forces. Heavy investments on human and physical infrastructure in the model public investments and other partnerships have helped realization of Millennium Development Goals, and we will be also realizing Sustainable Development Goals and strategic partnership with UNESCO and the rest of the United Nations systems. We have many bilateral and multilateral partnerships for making ICT affordable and available to all segments of society. By 2020, more than 5 billion people will have access to mobile phones, and more than 4 billion people will have high-speed internet, and well over half of the world's population. Almost 3 billion people are expected to become regular users of social media and the most frequent users of the internet in the developing world. In Sri Lanka alone, mobile penetration has risen to 96% in 2012 to 126% in 2018. The last 3 years in particular, we have seen a very strong growth. Also, Sri Lanka has seen a very steady increase in mobile broadband penetration over the last 5 years, and penetration increasing from 8% in 2012 to 21% by 2018. Currently, the cost of broadband connectivity in Sri Lanka is one of the lowest when comparing to the rest of the world. I'm sure the delegates who are here, when you're all using your roaming, you would have found that Sri Lanka internet speeds are quite fast and quite good and quite cheap as well. The present government 2025 vision has clearly identified the importance of creating the digital empowered citizens. Our ministry is fully dedicated to ensure that the vision is realized and create a clear conscience and a roadmap towards achieving the goal. I'm happy to say that many initiatives have been fast-tracked at the ICT development of the country. Well, going back with the ICT video we showed you, I was quite excited and the challenges that we face, but the corporate sector in Sri Lanka have done a fantastic job. Looking at the companies that are available in Sri Lanka, London Stock Exchange, Emirates Software being done in Sri Lanka, British Telecom's back office being in Sri Lanka, and also the driverless cars image mapping entirely done in Sri Lanka. It makes me very proud that the Sri Lankan IT sector is booming and will start to begin and flourish in the next few years. Currently, we only have 90,000 IT workers, but our biggest vision will be to make sure in the next 3 to 5 years that we will have more than 350,000 to 500,000 employees on the IT sector adopting and moving on that direction. We have a fantastic education minister who have been supporting us to do digital education in schools. We've been starting digital classrooms in schools. We're trying to start coding in schools. So there's lots of initiatives with a lot of international partners, and that has started in Sri Lanka. Just like the Prime Minister said, we are in a fantastic geographical location and we sit pretty in front of our neighbors. We call our big brothers India, Pakistan and Bangladesh, which have the biggest population. So Sri Lanka is sitting pretty in a beautiful location to do business. And if we do go on the right direction with our digital initiatives, I think we will be the market that will be the best for everybody to come and invest. So therefore, I do not want to make my speech long. One challenge that we face being in a government or being in a minister and being one of the youngest ministers in the cabinet, adoption into digital era is one of the biggest challenges I face. So today at this conference, when discussing about government issues or government adoption, that might be something that you all would want to pay attention. Certain ministries, interdependencies, certain ministries wanting to adapt or wanting to do their own projects might be certain problems, or how they move forward as a country, as singers. I probably think my Prime Minister did understand it. That's why he said he needs to pass a law, and digitalization has to be priority. So I hope these are things that can be discussed at the two-day conference. And I want to thank the entire staff who was behind this, UNESCO Secretary General, who's representing Sri Lanka office, my ministry staff, who did a fantastic job, who were working relentlessly the last couple of weeks to get this going. And today evening there's going to be a fantastic gala event and a dinner, some cocktails. They've organized a fantastic event. And I want to thank the main sponsors, SLT, Mobitel, coming on board. Super events lined up. Sri Lanka is a beautiful paradise. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. And next time when you come in, Sri Lanka will be digitally much more empowered, and that's what I would like to say. And have a good stay, and hope this conference is going to have a best outcome in the next few years to come. Thank you very much, and have a lovely stay in Sri Lanka. Thank you.